You're watching WTVM. This is the News Leader Nightside with Denise Schwab, Bob Wald with weather, and Bruce Snyder with sports. This is the News Leader Nightside.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. At the top of our news tonight, a possible solution to the problem of prison overcrowding. It's a known fact jail facilities everywhere are bursting at the seams. But some less dangerous offenders will soon be serving time at home while being electronically monitored 24 hours a day. In this report from Robbie Cotney, we'll see how the system will keep track of criminals, both young and old.
Detention centers across the country have been searching for solutions to the problem of overcrowding, and this bracelet may just be the answer. It's an electronic homing device that works directly with a regular telephone. The device will allow some offenders the chance to serve time at home, a move some say will save thousands of dollars in taxpayers' money.
If they're staying within the home, the equipment is hooked up to them, then their family is paying for all those expenses that the taxpayers would be paying for if they were in the prison system.
Agencies across Georgia are already using the system, and soon the devices will be used on juveniles at the Columbus Youth Development Center, a facility that's also suffering from overcrowding. The system can tell when and how long the offender is away from home.
And if they tamper with the equipment at any time, it also sends a message to the company that we are doing business with, letting them know that the person's tampering with the equipment, whether it's unplugging the equipment that's hooked up to the phone or trying to cut the device off their ankle.
For the News Leader Nightside, I'm Robbie Cotney.
The homing system was purchased for the Youth Development Center with more than $30,000 in grant money received by the Modern, Free, and Accepted Masons Order of Columbus. The Waddawi police chief is in a Birmingham hospital with severe head injuries after being beaten in the head with his own pistol. And a Waddawi woman and her two sons are in the Randolph County Jail on assault charges. Authorities say the three walked into the city's post office claiming to be Jesus, God, and Moses and offering to give away money. Police Chief Ed Hay was called to the scene and a scuffle broke out. That's when Hay was struck several times with his gun. Hay's condition is listed as stable. On the international front, some major changes could be taking place in the Soviet Union. There are reports of a new alliance among three Soviet republics. Leaders from the Ukraine, Russia, and Belarus say they have made an agreement with each other that would create a commonwealth of independent states, which would strip President Mikhail Gorbachev and his government of all power. Eileen O'Connor has more.
Boris Yeltsin got his way this weekend. Together with the leaders of Belarus and the Ukraine, he sounded the death knell for the Soviet Union, declaring a new commonwealth of independent states. The three leaders met behind closed doors, hammering out a three-point accord, which they will carry to Moscow for meetings with Soviet President Mikhail Gorbachev and Kazakh leader Nursultan Nazarbayev on Monday. Sunday evening, Mikhail Gorbachev was still touting some kind of union, saying any other path would lead to anarchy.
We're going from one extreme, that of totalitarian government, which limited the initiative of the people and the government, to the other extreme, anarchy, with all its consequences.
Gorbachev's remarks were aimed at the Ukrainian people, who just 1 week ago voted overwhelmingly for independence outside of a Soviet Union. That, in turn, prompted the Slavic summit between Belarus, Russia, and the Ukraine. Yeltsin repeatedly saying without the Ukraine, there can be no union. This new alternative will effectively remove all power from the central government and from Mikhail Gorbachev. But more importantly, perhaps, it will deem redundant the Supreme Soviet, the central government parliament, which in recent weeks repeatedly created obstacles to the reform program of the republics. Mikhail Gorbachev has warned he will resign if there is no union treaty. He also says he is just beginning the fight. Monday's meeting at the Kremlin may not only clarify the future of the country, but the fate of Mikhail Gorbachev. Eileen O'Connor, CNN, Moscow.
Secretary of State James Baker says the Soviet Union no longer exists, at least in its old form, and he says he sees a serious risk of its breakup turning violent.
And the important thing is that they proceed in a positive and peaceful fashion, because we really do run the risk, in my view at least, of seeing a situation created there not unlike what we have seen in Yugoslavia.
In a television interview, Baker also touched on the subject of the American hostages. He refused to say whether the United States will pursue the Lebanese kidnappers, but he did say the chapter is not closed. Former hostage Alan Steen was released from a Michigan hospital today. He was admitted last night for observation after suffering a seizure. Doctors say the seizure was a result of brain damage caused by a beating from one of his captors. And former hostage Terry Anderson is undergoing medical tests and treatment at a U.S. military hospital in Germany. Today he went out for a jog, and he says he's still trying to get used to being a free man.
I'm really almost ready to get back out there as a real person, you know, that I can do things and well, not be in control. I mean, nobody's really in control around here, but be reasonably confident at just living from day to day. What kind of decision?
Anderson should be able to return to the States in a few days. And still ahead on outside, the battle against AIDS is over for one woman who spent her last years of life pushing for mandatory AIDS testing. And hundreds of needy children get to make a wish. We'll tell you about it after this.
We take the risk out of buying new carpet, Columbus Carpet Mill Store.
Right now, we can install in your home beautiful new wear-dated carpet by Monsanto with stain blocker just in time for Christmas. Your choice of colors installed with pad for only $10.99 a square yard. Best of all, you'll have no payments till March of '92. Enjoy your new carpet now.
We take the risk out of buying new carpet, Columbus Carpet Mill Store.
Do your glasses slide down your nose? Do they pinch your ears? Do they need frequent adjustments? Then you need new Flex-On frames from Marchon. They're light as a feather. Bend them, twist them, even wrap them around your finger, and they spring back to fit you perfectly. Try Flex-On frames now.
Flex-On Eyewear, now available at Direct Optical Center, 1016 13th Street, Columbus.
A lot of other restaurants talk about flame broiling like they invented it or something. Well, actually, fire cooking was a technique invented by Pithecanthropus man over 5,000 centuries ago. They called them burning.
If you'd love a tender char-broiled ribeye, come and get it at Bonanza for only $5.99, including our food bar.
Unfortunately, your lightning-broiled mastodon wasn't as tender as the char-broiled entrees here at Bonanza.
Bonanza, where the extras don't cost extra.
Oh, you're in my chair.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here, I'll move.
No, that's all right. I'm always sitting in it.
No, really. I know you love this chair. I can sit over there.
No, really. I want you to have it.
You're sure?
I love you that much.
You're sweet.
About how long do you think you'll be, you know, in my chair?
Kimberly Bergalis, the young woman who contracted AIDS from her dentist, died today. She was 23. Bergalis gained national attention more than a year ago in her call for mandatory AIDS testing for all healthcare workers. Mike Von Friend takes a look at the crusade that consumed her dying days.
Too sick to fly and weighing just 70 pounds, Kimberly Bergalis is perhaps best remembered for making the long train trip from Florida to Washington. She wanted members of Congress to hear from her firsthand about the dangers of others contracting AIDS from healthcare providers. She could manage just a few words, but they had an impact.
I did nothing wrong, yet I'm being made to suffer like this. My life has been taken away.
Her effort did not result in immediate legislation, but it helped raise the awareness of the country. Bergalis opted to go public soon after contracting the disease.
I have a reasonable belief that it was from the dentist.
The dentist who died of AIDS was Dr. David Aker, who treated Kimberly while she attended the University of Florida in Gainesville. She was an honors student who majored in business, but she did not live long enough to put her degree to use. But by bravely and often painfully showing the nation just what she had to endure, she helped make others more aware of the tragic disease and how it can be contracted. Mike Von Fremd, ABC News.
On a lighter note, it won't be a blue Christmas for several hundred Valley youngsters. Aflac and House of Mercy officials are making sure of that. With the combined efforts of both, some very special kids had the mother of all Christmas parties today. Regina Terrell reports.
This is what Christmas is all about. Children smiling, laughing, stuffing themselves with cookies, candy, and other treats. But not all kids are able to spend the Christmas holidays that way. But these can, thanks to Aflac and the House of Mercy.
And the House of Mercy and the board of directors of the House of Mercy are the ones that furnish the names and of the kids to get these wishes for Santa Claus.
More than 500 kids passed through the Imagination Station, Aflac's daycare center, today. Their first stop on Santa's lap. Ashley Alexander is one of the dozens of folks who took time out to make sure these kids' Christmas is a happy one.
To help, people that are less, are unfortunate than we are, and it feels great.
Goodies and gifts, a winning combination to bring forth these smiles, and for some, that's the biggest gift of all.
Blessing what the House of Mercy is doing, and John and Dan, because the Lord works on everybody hard.
One of the employees, I think, said it best, that this just gives me chill bumps.
For the News Leader Nightside, I'm Regina Terrell.
Some kids on the south side of town also rang in the Christmas holidays with a party today. About 100 youngsters from Baker Village spent the afternoon singing, dancing, and stuffing themselves with cake at the Apollo Lounge on Benning Road. Those participating say the kids not only came out for a good time, but also to hear the true meaning of Christmas.
The joys of Christmas, and to just enjoy each other's company, and just to have fun, dance, sing, and eat up a lot of cake and food, too.
This is the second annual Baker Village Children's Christmas Party. It's sponsored by local merchants such as Columbus Paper Company